The HOA president thought he could intimidate my daughter with a loaded gun. What he didn't know? She survived war zones, and what happened next shattered his entire empire. My daughter Lena had only lived with me for 2 weeks when everything erupted. She had just finished 8 years in the Marines, 2 deployments, 1 commendation for bravery, and a dozen stories she never told. To most people, she looked calm, soft-spoken, ordinary. But the HOA president, Rick Halden, didn't see a Marine. He saw someone he could bully. It started with a parking dispute. My daughter had pulled her truck slightly beyond the HOA's arbitrary parking line, barely an inch. Rick stormed up our driveway red-faced, shouting about rules and fines. Lena stayed calm, hands behind her back, posture straight, like she was talking to a rookie. But Rick hated calm. Bullies always do. The next afternoon, while Lena was unloading groceries, he approached her again. This time, he brought something else, a handgun tucked into his waistband. He lifted his shirt just slightly, letting the metallic glint flash in the sun. "Maybe you'll follow the rules now," he growled. He thought fear would make her fold. Instead, Lena turned around slowly, controlled, precise, the way someone does when they've trained for moments exactly like this. Her voice didn't shake. "Sir, put your weapon away." But Rick didn't. He pulled it out fully, waving it like a toy he thought made him powerful. In the span of 1 second, Lena moved. A step, a pivot, a twist of his wrist. Before Rick could understand what was happening, his gun was on the ground and he was pinned face first against his own SUV, arms locked behind his back. Lena stood over him, steady as stone. Neighbors poured out of their houses. Phones recorded everything. Within minutes, police arrived, and the footage showed exactly what had happened. Rick was arrested on the spot for brandishing a weapon and threatening a resident. The HOA tried to defend him until they realized the entire neighborhood now stood behind Lena. A recall vote came fast, and Rick's reign collapsed overnight. Today, my daughter parks wherever she wants. The HOA, they follow her rules now. Respect, safety, and no more tyrants with guns. She didn't come back from the Marines to fight, but she wasn't about to be intimidated ever again.
I am Liam, and trust me, the next HOA story is even worse. Subscribe now.